Greetings, this is Kilo Echo 8 Whiskey Victor Victor, and my name is Ethan. Welcome to the Portage County Amateur Radio Association, no, wrong club. Portage County Amateur Radio Service, Inc., PCARS, Thursday night 2-meter net, here on the K8IV repeater system. I'll be using the club call K8BF for the net. This repeater system also accepts inputs from Echolink, so I'll be asking for check-ins from around the corner to around the world, here on the current repeater. This repeater receiver is located in Sugarbush Knolls using a PL tone of 118.8, plus Echolink through the K8BF-L Echolink node. I'll be your net control operator this evening. As always, if you have any emergency or priority traffic, you may break into this net at any time. This is a directed net, and all calls will go through net control. You don't have to be a member of PCARS to check in and say hello. Everyone's welcome. PCARS meets the second Monday of each month at 7 p.m. The monthly meeting is held at the American Legion Post 496 in Kent. The post is located at 1945 Mogador Road. We look forward to seeing you there. The PCARS website is located at www.portcars.org. You can find out more information about PCARS on the website. PCARS also has a number of special interest groups that meet at the club site every Tuesday in Ravenna. Check out the latest award-winning newsletter on the club website for all the information on these and other PCARS activities. During this net, I'll take pauses when asking for Echolink check-ins since they have a slight delay in audio. When you check in, please give me your call sign, name, and location. I'll acknowledge each call sign as I get them. Please be aware that the repeater system has a 4-minute timeout. First, I will take Echolink check-ins and only Echolink. Anybody on Echolink, please call now.
BQ in Uniontown.
B2RPW, Gary, Uniontown, New Jersey.
Off.
Hi, this is Karen, WD8BIW in Uniontown.
Alright, WD8BIW, Karen in Uniontown, we've got you in here. I need Bob's call sign. His call sign got chopped off at the start of his transmission.
Okay, it's WB8, Whiskey Bravo 8, Oscar Victor Queen.
Alright, thank you. WB8OVQ, thank you for checking into the net today, and go ahead with your comments.
Finally the weather dried up enough to mow the lawn. And that's about all I got. WB8OVQ.
Alright, thank you for checking in tonight, Bob. And yeah, it's been pretty wet here too, so we're just kind of drying out everything. Alright, we'll clear with WB8OVQ, and thank you for seeing. It was a good thing to see you at Hamvention. Oh my gosh, I can't phrase my words. Good times at Hamvention, nice to see you there. Anyways, we'll clear with you, and we'll go down to WD8BIW. Karen, go ahead with your comments tonight.
Hi, this is Karen, WD8BIW. I don't have a whole lot. Just want to remind people that K8PRK's Celebration of Life is going to be on June the 7th at the Grace Church in Uniontown. And today's been a good day weather-wise. Oh, the Celebration of Life is 11:30 to 1:30, sorry. And that's about all I have, and back to the net.
Alright, Karen, thank you for checking in tonight and telling everybody about the celebration of life down there at the Grace Church. And we'll clear with you, and thank you for checking in. We'll clear with WD8BIW. Anybody else on Echolink that would like to check in tonight?
WD2RPW Whiskey Bravo 2, Romeo Papa Whiskey Gary in Eatontown. K8BF WB2RPW. Back to net.
Alright, we've got WB2RPW. Gary, thank you for checking in tonight. Go ahead with your comments tonight.
Yeah, K8BF in the group, WB2RPW. Very good evening to everybody on the net. Not much going on. Did work CQWPX CW this past weekend, just like some other people, but had a good weekend and did fairly well in the contest. So had a good time, but that's about the extent of my activities. WB2RPW, back to net.
Alright, Gary, sounds like everything's going pretty well with you guys down there, and we'll clear with you. Thank you for checking in tonight, and we'll clear with WB2RPW. Alright, this is K8BF. Anybody else who would like to check into Echolink, please call now.
This is K8SMS. Kim and Stowe checking in.
Alright, K8SNS. I think it's Kim and Stowe. Thank you for checking in tonight. Go ahead with your comments tonight.
Well, I'm getting closer and closer to having I put a 40-foot antenna up in a tree. It's not connected to a radio yet, and I'm about a year into CW, so maybe one of these days when you guys have your contest, I'll be able to participate in CW. So a lot of fun stuff going on. I'm going to miss the antenna build because of a computer seminar I have to go to, but back to net.
Alright, thank you for checking in tonight, and hopefully your antenna works beautifully, and I bet you had a great time putting it up there. Alright, K8SNS, we'll clear with you. Anybody else on Echolink that would like to check in tonight? Alright, nothing heard. This is the Portage County Amateur Radio Service Inc. PCARS Thursday night 2-meter net, and I'm taking check-ins. I'll ask for local RF check-ins that have announcements or news for the net first. Anyone with announcements or news, please call now. Alrighty, nothing heard. Alright, I'll now take general local RF check-ins. Anyone who wants to check into the net, please give me your call sign, name, and location, and we'll log you. Alright, please call K8BF now.
KD8IR, Jenny and Ravenna.
Gordon Ravenna. Alright, I think we had a double there, but Jenny, you came over the top. KD8IR. Jenny, thank you for checking in tonight. Let's take 4 more check-ins. Please call.
My call sign is KD8LIR.
Alright, I've got the correction. KD8LIR. Thank you for checking in tonight. Alright, we'll take 4 more check-ins. Please call K8BF now.
W8KNO, Joe in Hiram. Josh.
Alright, we've got W8KNO, Joe, and I think I heard Josh, but you were doubling with Joe.
Whiskey Charlie Kilo, KD8WCK, Rick at the World Headquarters.
Alright, KD8WCK, Rick, we've got you in there at the World Headquarters of PCARS. Alright, let me see where my list is. Is there a Josh that doubled with Joe?
Go Papa November, Tim and Kent, I'm in and out.
Alright, W8GPN, Tim, we've got you in and out. Thank you for checking in tonight. Alright, I guess we'll just go back up to the top of the list. KD8LIR, go ahead with your comments tonight, Jenny.
Hey, Ethan, I have not seen you and your dad in a long time. And hi, everyone. Have a good weekend.
Alright, you have a good weekend as well, and hope you have a great time. Alright, we'll clear with KD8LIR, and we'll go down to W8KNO. Joe, go ahead with your comments tonight.
Good evening to you, Ethan, and good evening to everyone else. It's been fun. I also played in the WCX contest that Gary mentioned. And while waiting for the net, I worked a special event station in the British Columbia, remembering the foods being taken to Europe in World War II. So other than that, I've just played on some nets during the week, and it's getting nice outside, so I'll be outside probably mowing tomorrow. So with that, back to you, Ethan. K8BF, W8KNO.
Alright, W8KNO, sounds like you had some great time, great fun having contesting, and I hope you have many more contests that go well for you. Alright, we'll clear with W8KNO, and we'll go down to KD8WCK. Rick, go ahead with your comments tonight.
KBF on the net, this is KD8WCK. Well, I haven't done a whole lot interesting on the radio lately, but I got to brag that I got Saudi Arabia on FT4 on 20 meters a few days ago, maybe 10 days ago, so that was fun. I had never even seen a Saudi station before, and I got confirmation. All the better. Nice weather today, and I didn't do anything outside, although I was planning on pulling the weeds out since the ground has been soft enough. I thought it'd be a good day to clean up some flower beds, and I didn't do it. Oh well, tomorrow is another day. Thanks for running the net for us, Ethan. You have a great evening. KD8WCK back to net.
Alright, KD8WCK, sounds like you're having a great time, and hope everything goes well when you're getting stuff done with your flower beds. And just a side comment, I guess, when you said you got Saudi Arabia on FT4, it made me think of the Garfield comics where he ships Normal off. Anyways, alright, this is the Portage County Amateur Radio Service, Inc., PCARS, Thursday night 2-meter net. And we're taking check-ins. Anyone who would like to check into the net, please call K8BF now.
And 8QE, Bob at the World Headquarters.
KB8PJW out of Dayton, Ohio, checking in. W8GU, Mark in Uniontown.
Alright, let me see what we've got here. We've got N8QE Bob, and I've got K8PJW, but I did not get your name. And I think we got W8JU Mark. K8PJW, can you come back with your name and location?
Kilo Bravo 8, Papa Juliet Whiskey, peanut butter and jelly and white bread. Name's Al. out of Dayton, actually Bellbrook, Ohio, but yeah, suburb of Dayton.
Alright, KB8PJW, Al, thank you for checking in tonight, and we'll see W8JU Mark, is that correct? Can we get your location as well, please?
It's W8GU, Whiskey 8 Golf Uniform, Mark in Uniontown, Ohio.
Alright, we've got the correction, W8GU, Mark in Uniontown. Thank you for checking in tonight. Let's do 2 more check-ins. Please call K8BF now.
KD9ZDY, this is Steve in Kent, Kilo Delta Niner, Zulu Delta Yankee, or Stephen Ravenna, correction.
KD9ZDY. Steve and Ravenna, we've got you in there. Alright, let's take 1 more check-in. Please call K8BF now.
Kilo Delta 8, Oscar Bravo Alpha, Ken in Ravenna.
Alright, KD8OBA, Ken, we've got you in here. And let's circle back to N8QE. Bob, go ahead with your comments tonight.
Yeah, good evening to you, Ethan. It was great seeing you here at the club site tonight, and hope everybody is not enjoying this lousy weather that we've had lately with all the rain, but it sounds like we're going to get some warm weather coming up. So N8QE, back to you.
Yep, let's all hope for that. Thank you for checking into the net tonight, Bob, and we'll clear with you. N8QE, let's go down to KB8PJW. Al, go ahead with your comments tonight.
Out of Bellbrook, Ohio, and sure, I'm just glad to be on the net. It's only the 2nd time through Echolink, and having a great time being back on the air. I've moved recently and don't have my whole setup set back up again, but enjoying the dry weather for a change. Hope it continues a little bit longer. Glad to be on. Thanks for putting up the net. This is KB8PJW, back to net control.
Alright, KB8PJW, well, it's good to have you on the net. We wouldn't have nets without check-in. Anyways, we'll clear with you, and we'll go down to W8GU. Mark, go ahead with your comments tonight.
W8GU, Mark in Uniontown. Yeah, I went to the Hamvention weekend before last, and I came home with one of the prizes, a IC7100, and that's what I'm talking on now. I had the most wonderful Hamvention this year, so I'm glad to get a new radio and get a better signal on 2 meters. Back to net.
Alright, Mark, well, that sounds like a major day, and it sounds like you had a great time down there at Hamvention. Anyways, we'll clear with W8GU. Thank you for checking into the net tonight. And we'll go down to KD9ZDY. Steve, go ahead with your comments tonight.
Hi, KD9ZDY. This is Steve at the World Headquarters. Back at the club site after being out of town for a while. Today I had the pleasure of getting 2 certificates for contesting with the PCARS Club under the K8BF call sign. Today from Chuck from 2 of the previous contests I was fortunate enough to be able to participate in. So I wanted to thank Chuck for that, and just let everybody know that I had a great time contesting, and looking forward to seeing everybody at the American Legion Hall for the next meeting. So with that, I'll pass it back to Net. This is KD9ZDY.
Alright, Steve, KD9ZDY. Well, I hope you enjoy your awards, and it sounds like you worked hard for them, and you definitely deserve them. Alright, we'll clear with you, and we'll go down to KD8OBA. Ken, go ahead with your comments tonight.
Okay, Ethan, good evening. Hope everybody's doing good tonight. I kind of just tinkered around a little bit there today, just Doing a whole lot of nothing, really. Kind of looking forward to this weekend. They're having that multi-club POTA thing. I'm going to be down at West Branch, naturally. And, yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what happens with it. Hope that everything turns out good with it. So, anyway, I'll turn it back over to the net. Hope everybody has a good night. And, everybody take care. K8BF, back to net.
All right, Ken, thank you for checking in tonight, and I hope you have a good time at POTA this weekend. All right, we'll clear with K8BF, and this is the Portage County Amateur Radio Service, Inc. PCARS Thursday Night 2-meter net, and we are taking check-ins. Anyone who would like to check into the net, please give me your call sign, name, and location, and we'll get you in the log. Please call K8BF now.
WB8LCD, Tom, in Ravenna at the PCARS World Headquarters.
All right, WB8LCD, Tom at the headquarters. Thank you for checking in tonight, and we'll take a couple more check-ins. Please call K8BF now.
Okay, K8TOA, Greg in Bainbridge.
All right, K8TOA, Greg, thank you for checking in tonight, and we'll take a couple more check-ins. Please call K8BF now.
Kilo Papa 4, Victor Zulu, Mike from Manway, Suffield.
All right, KP4VZ, Mike, we've got you in there, and I think I heard a Suffield station. Could the Suffield station come back with their call sign and name?
D8DAU, Dan in Suffield.
All right, we've got WD8DAU, Dan. Thanks for checking in tonight. And we'll take one more check-in. Please call K8BF now. KE8ARB, Brandon in Manaway. All right, KE8ARB, we've got you in here, and we'll thank you for checking in tonight, and we'll circle back to the top of the list. I think it's WB8LCD. Tom, go ahead with your comments tonight.
KBF in the net, this is WB8LCD. Hey, good evening, everybody. I apologize. Apparently, between hamvention and everything else, I got my weeks messed up. Last week should have been net night at the club site, but tonight turned out to be net night at the club site, and I got to say we've been having a good time here, chatting things up and just having some fun. So if you didn't make it, sorry you missed it. We'll try to get back on track next week to have it on the proper evening. Anyhow, one of the things that I talked about tonight was our PCARS Thursday night 2-meter net 20th anniversary award, and this award period is going to run from the 1st of July till the end of December, and it's going to be for check-ins to the Thursday night PCARS net. We are not going to count July 3rd because that's on a Thursday, and we're not going to count October 27th, which is Thanksgiving on a Thursday, and we're not going to count December 25th, Christmas, because that's on a Thursday. So we're going to give you those nights off, but there's still, I think, 23 Thursdays from July 1st until the end of December for which to get your 20 check-ins. 20 in a row is even better, and there's some bonus points you can get, so I would encourage you all to plan on checking into all the nets in June coming up, because those have some bonus count to them. I will have all the convoluted rules hopefully straightened out and made understandable hopefully by tomorrow night to get it into the PCARS radiogram, and you'll all be able to figure out what's going on and plan your time ahead of time accordingly. But this is the 20th anniversary of PCARS, and I just figured it would be appropriate to have a 20th anniversary
net operating event, and we're going to make it a tough event, but we're also going to make it an event that is not too tough that you can't get a certificate for it. So keep your eyes open for that. And other than that, Hamvention, had a lot of fun there, and just having a lot of fun on the air, and glad to be here tonight. So I'll say 7-3 and turn it back to Net. Doing a great job, Evan, and we'll look for you later. Ethan, sorry, I think I do that every time. Ethan, but my mini-me in the background here took care of it. All right, 7-3 all. This is WB8LCD back to Net.
All right, WB8LCD, Tom, thank you for checking in tonight. And, yep, hopefully you get everything sorted out for the 20-year net check-in contest, and hopefully we can get some stuff figured out for that, I guess, certificates and all that fun stuff. All right, we'll clear with you, and we'll go down to K8TOA. Greg, go ahead with your comments tonight.
Okay, this is K8TOA with K8BF. Thank you, Ethan, for doing a great job as usual. And you sound good, and sounds like everybody is having fun down there at the club site. And that's about all I can say about that, because they're always having fun down there. It's a good time. Oh, let's see. Yeah, me too. I was out there at Dayton, and we had a great time. And there ain't much else happening. Enjoyed. It turned out to be a nice day today, so happy about that, weather-wise. I hope tomorrow stays the same for a while. And that's about it, Ethan. So, again, great job. Thanks for running the net. And glad to hear everybody checking in there, and glad they're having a good time down there in Ravenna. So with that, K8BF, K8TOA.
All right, K8TOA, Greg, thank you for checking in tonight. And, yep, sounds like everybody's having a great time down there. We were actually down there, and then we were notified that I am running that tonight, so we drove back home, and here we are. Anyways, thank you for checking in tonight, and we'll clear with you. KP4VZ, Mike, go ahead with your comments tonight.
Hey, Ethan, great job, like Greg said. Hey, I want to give thanks to all the operators that show up Sunday. We did Pota hunting from the club side. We hunt stations from the Caribbean. We got stations from Cuba, Dominican Republic, and several from Puerto Rico. They were conducting what's called the Mega Pota event from the Caribbean. So thanks to Bob, Mike, Bill, and others that show up. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. That's all I have. Back to you, Ethan. This is Kilo Papa for Victor Zulu.
All right, KP4VZ, Mike, thank you for checking in tonight. And it sounds like you guys all had a great time down there at the Pota hunting event on Sunday. All right, we'll clear with you, and we'll go down to WD8DAU. Dan, go ahead with your comments tonight.
Okay, thanks for the check-in. According to my calculations, I've had 10 check-ins, consecutive check-ins. And I've got a couple receiver projects going this weekend, and we need to get out and cut the grass this weekend too. WD8DAU.
All right, WD8DAU, thank you for checking in tonight, Dan. And you'll ship it off to Greg, and he'll verify, and hopefully you can get your certificate. Anyways, thank you for checking in tonight, and we'll clear with you. All right, let's go down to K8ARB. Go ahead with your comments tonight.
K8BF and the rest of the group, this is KE8ARB. Ethan, you're doing a good job. You get to hear that with me sitting next to you and not over the air like everybody else. But I appreciate you running the net, and I enjoy logging with you. So Ethan and I are sitting down here in the ham shack, and we're having fun. We've been doing a lot of fun stuff, some with the radio, some camping, and some just taking little vacations here and there. So we have been out playing Parks on the Air. I've been out fairly regularly recently at different parks and using my new radio. I've been running my QMX Plus now, doing sideband, doing some digital. I'm really enjoying that radio. And I kind of got a little froggy one night when I saw that Kenwood had a pre-order up for their new mobile radio. And I don't know the price, and we don't have all the features, and da-da-da-da, but they said it was going to be available, like arriving in our hands in June or July, and I thought, well, you know what, I'm going to order that. So I did. This will be my first Kenwood. I'm actually fairly excited about that. One, because it's a Kenwood. I think that's a pretty good name and a radio. Hopefully it lives up to their legacy. And two, because I've been doing some stuff with my weather station and solar, and I would love to integrate it with the radio and a computer and be able to, you know, kind of trend my weather and send it out over APRS. I thought that would be a lot of fun. So anyway, I'm yammering your guys' ears off. It's a good net tonight. Hopefully we can get a few more in here. But I better hand it back to Net Control. Oh, one more thing. If you guys aren't doing anything on Saturday, I know the bands are a little bit upside down right now, but go out to a park, meet up with a club, and do the POTA multi-club event this weekend. It should be a lot of fun. So there are folks meeting from 5, actually I think 6 clubs in our area. So there's NORS and PCARS and CFARC and Sarah and, oh, there are others. But anyway, we're going to be out at Portage Lakes, and it should be a lot of fun. So with that, I will say 7-3 and hand it back to Net. K8BF, this is KE8ARB.
Alright, KE8ARB, thank you for checking in tonight, and hopefully everybody will make it down there to POTA. Anyways, this is the Portage County Amateur Radio Service, Inc., PCARS, Thursday night 2-meter net, and I'm going to take a couple more check-ins. Anyone who wants to check into the net, please give me your call sign, name, and location, and we'll get you in the log. Please call K8BF now.
K8BF, this is Whiskey Alpha 8, Uniform Whiskey Victor, Doug in Talmadge.
Alright, WA8UWV, Doug, we've got you in there. Alright, we'll take a couple more check-ins. Please call K8BF now.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Alpha Delta Quebec, Joe in Brimfield Township.
Alright, KF8ADQ, Joe, thank you for checking in tonight. And we've got you in here. Alright, we'll take a couple more check-ins. Please call K8BF now.
Kilo Echo 8, Tango, Quebec, Romeo, KE8TQR, Keith over here in Uniontown.
Alright, KE8TQR, Keith, thank you for checking in tonight, and take a couple more check-ins. Please call K8BF now.
Romeo Foxtrot, W8HRF, Josh in Akron.
Alright, W8HRF, Josh, thank you for checking in tonight. And we'll take one more check-in here. Please call K8BF now. Alrighty, nothing heard. We'll circle back up to Doug. WA8UWV, go ahead with your comments tonight.
Thank you, Ethan. KBF WA8UWV. And we got the garden in, planting zucchini, a couple of zucchini plants and a bunch of pepper plants, all the way from jalapenos, habaneros, ghost peppers. Some of those are too hot to eat, but they're nice to be dried out and ground up and put into bird seed to discourage the squirrel. That's about my activity. Oh, we had fun at the hamvention. Picked up a few little things here and there. That's about all. So everybody have a good evening and a good weekend. I think the weather's supposed to be nice tomorrow.
Alrighty. Well, it sounds like you're having a good time playing your garden, and yep, we all had fun down there at Hamvention, all of us that went, and hopefully we will again next year. Alright, we'll clear with WA8UWV. Doug, thank you for checking in tonight, and we'll go down to KF8ADQ. Joe, go ahead with your comments tonight.
This is KF8ADQ. I am going through HF withdrawal. The weather and some other things have prohibited me from getting my HF antenna back up. 2 months ago, I bought a new PAR ends-fed antenna from DX Engineering and put it up, and unfortunately where my old antenna was, this antenna was too long, and so I kind of temporarily strung it up in a different spot, and it was performing terribly, so I took it down in an effort to put it up in a new spot. With the weather being so terrible, I have not been able to find time to get it back up, and I'm going through HF withdrawal. I'm missing my FT8, I'm missing being able to talk on my radio, so I have reached out to a neighbor who is graciously offering to help me get my antenna back up Saturday. I have a neighbor who actually owns a tree trimming service, so he's a professional arborist and is keen at climbing trees, and he has offered his service to climb the tallest tree in my backyard and help me get my antenna up, and hopefully I will be back on the air and my hands can quit shaking. So I'm hoping that everything goes well and the weather for Saturday holds true, and I can get to try out this better antenna. This will be my first actual commercial antenna. Everything I've done so far has been antennas that I've built, so hopefully this works on all of the bands as it is listed. So far the antenna that I built was just a 20-40-60 antenna, so I've never really been on the 80-meter band before, so I'm hoping that I actually am able to use that on this. Other than that, I'll say KF8ADQ, back to net.
Alrighty, Joe, thank you for checking in tonight, and hopefully you and your neighbor can get that antenna up. It does look like rain this weekend, so hopefully you guys can get it up without getting a torrential downpour. Alright, we'll clear with KF8ADQ, and we'll go down to K8TQR. Keith, go ahead with your comments tonight.
K8BF, this is KE8TQR, Keith over here in Uniontown. Good evening, Ethan. Thanks for taking my check-in, and you're doing a fine job running the net tonight. Thank you for doing that. And good evening to everyone else here on the net, either checking in or maybe just listening. Hamvention. I've never made it to Hamvention, even though I live in Ohio. I hope to get there some year, but it just never seems to work out for me. And we did have a quiet holiday weekend. I did get the entire yard mowed in between the rainstorms, but it looks like it's going to need to be mowed probably by this weekend. Of course, it would need to be mowed. I do want to spend some time at some of the POTA events. I want to see if I can make a couple of those. I know there's a few in the area. That's about it. I had a quiet day here at the QTH. The wife and I did some shopping, went out to lunch, and I'm down here in the shack doing some radio. A couple nets on here tonight, so I'm going back and forth between HF and 2 meters. The one thing I did do over the last month or so is I got my accreditation for being a VE. I've got both the ARRL and the Laurel, and I do hope to help the clubs that I belong to out with their testing sessions. I will try to spread myself as far and wide as I can, but I do hope to be able to help each club the one I have the time. So other than that, that's about all I got. Fine job again tonight, Ethan. Thank you for running the net. Glad you can make it home in time. And I'll just send this back to net control. This is K8TQR saying 73, and God bless.
All right, K8TQR, thank you for checking in tonight, Keith, and congratulations on becoming a VE and getting it certified. And yeah, I remember the first time I mowed this year, I was doing like the last 2 strips, and it started to sprinkle. I was like, I'm going to do the last one. And then when I was just driving up the lawn, it started raining on me, and I was like, I do not want to do this. It was pretty wet that day. Anyways, we'll clear with you, and we'll go down to W8HRF. Josh, go ahead with your comments tonight.
K8BF, W8HRF. Good evening, Ethan. Good to hear you. Doing a fine job running the net. Just sitting here getting ready for this weekend's POTA adventures. We're excited about the all the Northeast Ohio POTA activations happening this Saturday. Betty says hi if you can hear her in the background. We put up a trampoline for her that's got a net around it and everything, so she is excited about that. And what else is going on? Not too much else. So looking to maybe see if we can do a little bit of relaxing tonight, and that's about it. So, and hopefully we'll hear a bunch of you on the air during POTA this weekend. So, thanks again, and have a good night. K8BF, W8HRF.
All right, W8HRF, and Betty in the background. Tell Betty Brendan and I say hello, and hopefully you have a good time getting ready for POTA. POTA. I can't phrase words tonight. Anyways, we'll clear with you, and we'll identify this as the Portage County Amateur Radio Service, Inc. PCARS Thursday night 2-meter net here on the K8IV repeater system. And we're taking check-ins. Anyone who wants to check in, please give me your call sign, name, and location, and we'll get you on the log. Please call K8BF now. Alright, anybody that wants to check in, last call, please call K8BF now. Alrighty, nothing heard. I'll close this net. I'd like to thank everybody for taking time to check into this net. Your participation is very much appreciated. PCARS would especially like to thank the K8IV repeater owner for allowing us to use the repeater system for the PCARS net. I'll now turn this repeater back to regular amateur use. 73 to everyone. Hope to hear you again soon. K8BF is clear. Also, Kilo Echo 8 Alpha, other call sign. KE8WVV is clear. Good night, everybody. I'll be clear.